Hi, this is Michael Nicely from 47 Products. This is hopefully just a quick corporate update video, just kind of keep you updated on what we're doing, some new things that are coming, and then also something that happened recently within the company. So what we have in front of us is my Ruger American in stainless. This is a lemon of a rifle. It's terrible. This rifle was originally owned by a guy named Hecker. He was one of my beta testers when we were putting together the Mall Rat Sled project to begin with. This rifle had all sorts of feeding issues. This was the problem child when it came to doing the beta testing. And it's also an incredibly inaccurate rifle. This thing's just awful. From talking with Mark on it, he was ready to just get rid of it. He said, I just want to sell this thing. And I said, hey, I need that rifle, so I would love it if you would sell it to me. And he did. So I use this rifle to continue to improve my product, and I feel as though I have a better product because of it. My product now works in all of the, what I would call good Ruger American rimfires and 1022s, ones that would definitely meet quality control, and those that should have never went out of the factory. Why do I bring this up? Well, I had an order earlier this week, actually no, it was last week, from a guy in Michigan. He ordered a black, a blue, and an orange. And when I sent those off to him, he ended up messaging me and saying, hey, these things just don't fit in my gun. They won't lock up properly. And so, at first I thought, maybe he had modified his gun in some way, because I knew they locked up in all of mine. That's one of the things that I do before I send them out, is I will test fit. I take all of them and I make certain that they lock up in place and that they'll feed properly. That's just one of the things that I do from a quality control standpoint. So I knew what I sent him worked in my rifles. Now, why weren't they working in his? Well, from talking with him, it turned out it really wasn't anything that he had changed on his rifle. They were pretty much stock. He had 1022s. They had, I think, 4 of those that they were able to test in. They had a couple Chargers and 7722, and they just were not able to get it to lock up in. Well, I literally have hundreds of these across the nation. I pay my daughter to put little push pins in where every order is shipped. So I have a map up on the wall with push pins in it. And I haven't heard this issue from any of them, but I understood what was happening with him and totally believed what he was telling me. So he sent me information about how it was he was able to modify the Mall Rat Sled so that way they would lock up into his guns. And that's what we have here, is the design change that needed to happen so that way it would lock up. And here we have one of the original ones. And I'll take this and put side by side, and you will not be able to tell the change. I can tell you that it is a minuscule change that we had to do so that way it would lock up. But the new design now locks up in all of his rifles, and it locks up in mine. I have a better design now because I had a customer that said, hey, this isn't working for me. Now, it's easy for me to just say, oh, it was something with him, but he had 7 rifles that it wasn't working in. So that to me says there might be more of those hundreds that I've sent out that it's not working in your guys' rifles either. Now, I want for you to be excited. Whenever you go to the range with your Ruger American Rimfire, 1022, anything along that line, I want you to be checking to make certain that you have your Mall Rat Sled. That's how excited I want you to be about this product. For me, that's how my gun is stored. Plain and simple. I always have this in here. When this is sitting in the safe, that's where that is. When this thing goes out and it gets put into my bag before it's taken to the range, this stays here. I always have that Mall Rat Sled sitting in there. And I'm hoping that that's how you feel. I don't want for you to have gotten this in the mail and thought, oh, that's great, look at that design, and then go, oh, it doesn't work. Well, that's 25, 30 bucks that I wasted, and just toss it. No, I don't want that to be the case. I'm never happy with that. So if you have any sort of issues, lockup, feed issues, anything along that line, I want to know about it. And I want to know about it for a couple of reasons. One is I want you to be a happy customer, like any company. But 2 is I don't want whatever change needs to be made to this design to fix it for your gun. I don't want for some guy next Tuesday to order and have the exact same problem and it not get fixed because I didn't know. So please get with me. Let me know. I want my design to be better, and the only way that can happen is when I get guys from Michigan that say, hey, it's not locking up right. Let's work together and let's figure it out. So please let me know. I'm really excited to continue to improve these products. Now, that guy up in Michigan, he just didn't stop when it came to lockup issues. He said, another issue I have is with the colors. I am a 4-H shooting instructor, the guy up in Michigan is. And he said, I would really love one in 4-H green. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm colorblind. Red-green colorblind. So I'm pretty sure this is the right green. I've checked around and had other people look at it, and I did everything I could to make certain I was getting the right green. So I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm going to send it up to him, and he can take a look at it and tell me. But this is the new green color. It's not available on the website yet because I had to go through a different filament company, a different filament supplier. And this is a little bit different filament than the other ones. It's still the same material, but it prints differently. It requires a different color or different temperature and a different speed that it has to print at, so that way I can get a good print. So I want to test it out and make certain that it has the same quality as what the other ones do, that it's going to hold up. Now, it's relatively thin, and actually you can see these lines that are on the side are not in the design itself. That's actually what we call infill. You can see the infill. So those are the cross hatching that gives this its structural rigidity. You might think, wow, if I can see that infill, then that must not be very strong. Well, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 250, heavier than 250, depending on how many notches I had last weekend. I can jump up and down on this on the ground, and it's not going to break. It's that strong, very, very strong. But the filament, this particular filament, is just a little bit translucent. I like the look, personally. I like the striping that's on there. I just think it looks cool, especially when you get out in the sun. When you get out in the sun, you can really see it. Now, I printed another one with a thicker wall, so that way you couldn't see that infill. So I can remove it, and there are other things that I can do, print with a different type of infill as well. But I kind of like this. I like the look. So I'm interested in what your guys' feedback is. So let me know. Do you like that? Do you not like that? Give me your opinions. Keeping with changes in design, so you can see the logo design has changed. If you ordered a long time ago, you would have had no logo. If you ordered last week, you would have the smaller logo, and then the new design going forward is this larger logo here. I originally wanted the logo to be this size when I was printing it before, but when I was doing my testing, it just was not coming out effectively, and this was as good of a result as I could get with my logo prior. Well, I reached out to a buddy of mine, a guy named Hammer. Hammercam.com is his website, and he helped me by adjusting the logo so that way it would print better, and I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Just a real nice look. So big thanks to him. Like I said, hammercam.com is where you can find him. He takes all sorts of pictures as he travels. He takes pictures of a lot of the local sporting events. Headed out to Iowa, I think it was, and took some really amazing bald eagle pictures. Hit up his website. Let him know that I sent you over his way. If you buy anything off of his website, any of the prints or anything along that line, it just goes into feeding his shooting addiction, which is pictures, versus shooting some bullets. But really, really great guy, and he's just great in what he did. I mean, it was just literally a simple thing for him to do, but that would have taken me forever to figure out how to do. So I really appreciate that. So change on the logo there. Now, you all Ruger people. We got the Ruger American Rimfire community, the Precision Rimfire community, the 1022 guys that are out there. You all kept pestering me about something non-Ruger. You kept saying, these are great, but I've got this Savage MkII that I love shooting, and it doesn't have a single shot loading tray for it. So you should really design one of those. Well, my response was, I don't own one. I don't have a Savage MkII, so it really would be difficult for me to design. And I even had a couple guys that are like, hey, give me the name of your FFL, and I will ship mine to you, and then you can design around that and test, and then we'll have that product for the community. It was absolutely amazing. I give in, all right? I'm going to do it. I'll make one. I'm in the original the preliminaries on the design right now. I just yesterday went ahead and ordered one, so it'll be here next week. I will own my own Savage MkII, and I will do the designs, and I will have a shooting solution for us. It will be, I'm betting, late June before that comes out. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a little bit. Like I said, I have the preliminary designs in place, going 2 different directions with it, kind of like I did with the Mall Rat Sled and the Louse Lips Tray. So look for that. I will keep you updated with videos, and then also through the Facebook page as we go along. I am in the process of selecting my beta testers right now. I'm looking at Rimfire Central, as well as a couple of the Facebook groups around the Savage MkII community, and choosing my people from that. A couple of my original beta testers on the Mall Rat Sled have also agreed to be beta testers with the Savage MkIIs as well. So look for that coming up here soon. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about YouTube. So I have a shooting accessory. The shooting accessory, I have now shown how to install it into a firearm, and if you check the links below, you can find out where you can buy these shooting accessories. By my reading of the community guidelines, I'm pretty sure that violates the community guidelines, at least the letter of the law of the community guidelines. That's not necessarily to say that it violates the spirit of the community guidelines, but it at least violates, I think, the letter of the law of them. Now, I don't think that that's their intention, and I would really like clarification. I think that they intended on banning things like bump stocks, videos showing bump stocks, videos showing binary triggers, or the sort of, spinny wheel, Gatling style triggers, those type of things. I think that's what their guidelines were really intended for. Not that I agree with them in any way, but I think that that's what it is. I do not believe I have a First Amendment right on YouTube. I've got a whole nother video on that. I won't go into it right now. Anyway, basics of it is I want clarification, and right now YouTube is not giving me that clarification, so I don't know what I should do with these videos. I'm going to continue to make them the way that I am, but I've also joined the YouTubers Union. Please check it out. If you're on Facebook, just search for the YouTubers Union on Facebook. All the information is out there as far as what they are and what they're about. There's no, the only thing you need to do is just join the Facebook group, and you're not part of the union. The goal of them is not to force YouTube into anything. It's just the goal is for clarification. We want to know what can be monetized, what cannot be monetized, what is appropriate content, and what is not appropriate content. We just want clear guidelines, that's all. So that's what the YouTubers Union is about. There are several thousand, perhaps even tens of thousands, it's been a while since I looked, members of the union, representing millions of views and subscribers, tens or hundreds of millions of views and subscribers overall. So it's a big group that we're hoping has the clout to at least get clarification from YouTube. That's really all we're looking for. Now, if you want to go further than that, the discussions within the group, there is a fantastic forum that's around the YouTubers Union. Everything's available through the Facebook page. Please take some time and check it out. If you in any way care about these types of videos, what I do, what others who do training videos or instructional videos when it comes to firearms, if you care about those types of things, I would encourage you to join the group and be part of the discussion. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today. You have a wonderful day. And like I said, if you want to get hold of me, Mike at 47products.com, the Facebook page, facebook.com/47productsllc, or comment on any of my videos here, and I'm happy to respond to you. Thanks so much. Have a good day.